So I, 31F, agreed to be a surrogate for my childhood friend, Jessica, 34F, and her husband, Tom, 36M. Jessica had struggled with infertility for years, and after multiple failed IVF attempts, she asked if I'd be willing to carry a baby for her. I love her like a sister, so of course I said yes. We worked out all the legal stuff and the pregnancy went smoothly. Here's where it gets messy. About a month before I was due, I found out through mutual friends that Jessica had been cheating on Tom for years with her ex-boyfriend, who's also married. I also found out that Tom knew about the affair and had been seeing someone else on the side too. Their marriage, it turns out, was a complete sham. They stayed together just to have a baby and make it look good for their families. I was devastated. I had put my body and mental health through so much, thinking I was helping this amazing, loving couple start a family.
But now?
I was carrying a baby for people who were basically using each other to play house. After a lot of soul-searching and a very emotional conversation with my husband and family, I decided I couldn't hand the baby over. This child deserves a stable, loving home, not to be caught in the middle of a toxic relationship built on lies. I informed Jessica and Tom that I was keeping the baby and that I'd pursue legal action if necessary. I've since given birth, and we're in the middle of a legal battle. Jessica and Tom's families were livid, calling me a baby thief and accusing me of ruining Jessica's life. They say I agreed to this, and that the state of their marriage has nothing to do with my role as a surrogate. A few of my friends agreed, saying I went back on my word and that it's not my place to judge the parents. But others, including my family, think I'm doing the right thing. They don't believe it's fair for the baby to be handed over to parents who are essentially using her as a band-aid for their problems. Edit. This happened a few months ago, was going to break it into 3 parts, but I've changed my mind. So things escalated since then. Jessica and Tom immediately filed a lawsuit to try and get custody of the baby, claiming breach of contract. The case got dragged through the courts, with Jessica's lawyer arguing that I had no right to refuse them their child, regardless of their relationship issues. My lawyer, on the other hand, argued that given the baby's welfare and the chaotic state of their marriage, the court should consider the circumstances surrounding custody. The court ordered a temporary custody arrangement while they review the case. So right now we're sharing custody, and it's incredibly awkward. Jessica and Tom seem to have united in their hatred toward me, and every custody exchange is tense. They bring their parents, who make snide remarks and accuse me of playing God with their family. My husband's had to step in multiple times just to keep the peace. Jessica's ex, the one she was cheating with, reached out to me. He claims he has doubts about the baby's paternity, saying that Jessica and he were still together when the embryo was implanted. He's hinted that he's willing to take a paternity test to try to claim rights to the child if the baby turns out to be his. My lawyer said we should proceed cautiously, but honestly, I'm overwhelmed. In the meantime, Jessica and Tom have been using social media to paint me as a betrayer and baby snatcher. Some of my mutual friends have taken their side, saying that I'm heartless for going back on my agreement and ruining Jessica's dream of being a mother. I understand where they're coming from, but knowing that this child could potentially be dragged between 3 different parents is keeping me up at night. I feel like I'm in an impossible situation. For now, we're awaiting the court's decision. I know this edit/update doesn't provide closure, but trust me, I'm looking for it too. I keep asking myself if I did the right thing, or if I really am the villain in this story. I'll update again soon.